Hi friends, welcome back. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Courtney. I am a Gen X stay-at-home wife, mom, and aspiring author. And this is the first flip through of 2025. So, the lighting is funky. I'm not going to apologize for it because one of the things that I want to do this year is to stop apologizing, especially for things that don't have anything to do with me. I live in Ohio. It is January. It is dark, and my inside lighting sucks. So there we have it. Anyway, this is my main planning system for 2025. It's the same thing that I used in 2024 to plan most of my life. I do have other planners that I am using in connection with this, or in conjunction with this is the word that I think I'm actually searching for. And I will link my planner lineup video in a card somewhere on screen, and also in the description box down below if you have not seen it yet. Anyway, we're going to talk about this. This is a Personal Luxe ring planner from Moterm. The color is apricot, and inside I use Franklin Covey compact size inserts, and that really has been my unicorn in terms of being able to stay in this ring planner system for so long. It gives you a little bit more room than personal size, but it's not as wide as pocket personal wide, and it's definitely smaller than A5, so it really is portable if you need it to be. So oh shit, let me do something I forgot to do. Hang on. Okay, literally forgot to cover up my address and telephone number. So this is the inside. I have gone relatively simple for my first setup and don't have a lot of deco and all of the things, mainly because I am changing how I use this planner a little bit, and I wanted to see how it worked before I started adding a bunch of other things to it. So if the way that I have this set up right now really works for me, I may add more like deco and cuteness and all of that stuff to it. But for the in the meantime, geez, I need more coffee. I wanted to test out the actual functionality of this system instead of worrying about all of the things. So in this insert that I got off of Amazon, I will also in the description box link all of the things that I am able to link, whether it's items that I purchased from Amazon, the inserts that I have purchased. I believe all of them are from Etsy. So I will have all of that linked so I don't have to keep like throwing the names of things out there. So in this card holder thing, I don't know what the technical term is for it. I have my, and I believe it's on the other side, so I'm just gonna hold this there. I have my If Lost Found card on one side and my emergency contact info on the other side. I have a few of the business cards for my like author stuff, and I have this from Watch Becca Plan. It's a freebie that I have printed out. I actually laminated both of these. I printed them on cardstock and laminated them. One of them is my planning routine, and the other is the code for my mood tracker. So I have them stuck in there. And then I created this table of contents on Canva. I actually need to go back and redo it because I have reconfigured some of my dividers and like what I have in each section. So there's that. I have this little coffee die cut, super cute. My word of the year is purpose. I will also link my goal setting series in the description box down below if you want to watch those videos and kind of see how I came up with the word purpose. But essentially, I am 51. I will be 52 in August. I have always been a wife and a mother. I got married right out of high school, had my first baby at 18. So my entire adult life, I have been wifing and mothering. At this point, 4 of my 5 children are adults. They live on their own. I have grandchildren, etc. And it is really time for me to figure out what my purpose is here, the purpose for which I was created, and to embrace all of those things. And to really, while I love taking care of my family, I love everything that is involved with that. I do. But I really want to figure out what purpose do I have outside of being of service to my family. So I made this in Canva to kind of remind me of what I'm supposed to be doing this entire year. This 2025 overview got off of Etsy, added some stickers to it. I have a few lists and note pages in here, an add to planner list, an inbox. I have just a few notes. I kind of went over all of the notes that I had in this section at the end of last year, either filed that information away, migrated it to something else, or just really got rid of it because I didn't need it anymore. I did not want to bring this planner into the new year with a bunch of stuff that I don't need or is no longer serving its purpose. And then my next section is my calendar section. Made this in Canva because all of the coffee and caffeine all of the time. And then my month on 2-page monthly calendar is a freebie, PeanutsPlannerCo. I already have added a bunch of things to various months. This is my color code. So blue is my 10-year-old, pink is me, don't have anything for me on here yet, and yellow is my husband, don't have anything for him on here yet that I need to be aware of, and then gray is just like family events or things pertaining to family. I was going to reprint these because I punched them. I cut them fine, but I punched them like weird, but then I decided that I didn't really care. So here they are, imperfect, and still usable. Let's see. After my month on 2 pages, we go directly into one of the 2 weeklies that I am using at, I want to say Q4 of last year. I really started leaning into the idea of having 2 weekly schedules essentially in my planner. It may not work for everyone. It may be a little bit ridiculous considering I do not currently work outside of the house, but it's what works for me. So I am using this week on 2 pages created by the lovely Noelia at My Moxie Dreams. I will leave her link down below. They are dated, which is another reason that I love them. I don't have to fuss around with dating them or finding date stickers or whatever. They're already done. So, and actually it's a week on 4 pages if you want to be technical about it. You get this first page where you can list out your priorities, meal plan, and your weekly tracker. I believe she has 3 options for the additional pages that you can choose from. This is the one that I picked. So you get this page, then you get your weekly, so days of the week, and then you have these 2 sections that are free for you to use them whatever. I believe you have 2 options with this, so with the headers and without. I chose without so that I could write in what I wanted to use them for. It may change from week to week, or it may be the same thing throughout the whole year. So I have, I believe, January through March in here currently. I really wanted to try to get all of Q1 in my planner. So yeah, I have through week 13, which is essentially the last week of March, first 2 days of April in here. Then we move on to my planning section. This is also where I have my task flags. This is just a piece of acetate that I cut down, punched holes in, slid it, and have my task flags on so I don't have to write these tasks on my daily pages every day. You will see what I mean if it is a new concept to you once I move into my daily pages. And this is my, did I say my planning section already? I think I did. But this is where I get down to the nitty gritty of my planning. So this weekly is basically a high-level overview of all of the things that need to happen. This is where I get really granular in what those things are exactly. So I have this freebie from SleepyNotesClub, which is just the calendar. I can mark off January 1st because it's January 1st. For whatever reason, I can't get these to print back to back and not mess them up. So I just printed them single-sided. It's one thing. So you get the calendar, you get your January goals, you get your January inbox. And then the last page, if I have it in here, I do because I can see it, is your January wins. And then this is the second weekly that I am using. I used this in Q4 of last year. I have pulled it into this year because it worked so well for me. So this is kind of a sample weekly. I really did think about how I was using these inserts and what I could be doing to make them work even better for me. So this is kind of just a sample week that I made up to kind of see how I would be able to plug things in. So I used the Time Weekly as a time tracker. I am neurospicy and time blindness is a real thing for me. So it helps me track how much time I have in this week, what time I have that I cannot devote to other pursuits in my life. I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am an aspiring author. Currently, I intend to be a published author at the end of Q1. So this lets me know exactly how much time I have to devote to that outside of the regular things that I need to do to manage my household and manage my family. I am going to use this tracker to track the other pursuits in my life, whether it is writing, my blog, YouTube, creating content for Instagram. So we have that down there, and then we have 4 sections up here you can use for whatever you want. This is what, this is this current week, but this is what a blank one looks like. So I am choosing to use these sections for my weekly action sections for my goals. And then down here, these are the posts because you get the Monday through Sunday box. This is where I'm putting the things that I am posting for the week, either on my blog or on my YouTube channel. So I currently have two channels, which I don't know that I talk about that much, but I have this channel that is mostly planner focused. After, you know, trying a few things, I always came back to my first love on this channel, which is sharing planner related things. But I have a second channel that is the place where I am documenting my writing and my journey to becoming a published author. And then later this month, I will have a third channel that will focus more on lifestyle things. And I will talk more about that, like probably in my next video, but not in this one. But I will also link all of the channels down below. So if you want to join me on any of those journeys, you'll know where to find me. So this is what a blank one looks like. My next section is my daily section. Because I really need to dial down. So this gives me a more granular look at my week and how I can break down my time and use my time. And then this section shows me exactly what time I have on what day and the things that I need to get done on those days and the time that I have available to do it. So I have 3 months of this weekly in here as well as I think I only have 2 months of daily pages in here. But anyway, so I have these undated day on one page that I have just been using because I switched from my 2024 planner into this planner. I think the week of Christmas maybe, and so I just needed to kind of keep track of a few things. You know, it's that weird like Bermuda Triangle week where time doesn't matter and it's just like weird, and you just want the new year to start. So I threw these in here so that I would have somewhere to kind of write down the things that I needed for the start of this week. So this is Monday's daily page, Tuesday, yesterday, New Year's Eve, and then for the new year, I actually have these dated day on 2 pages. These are from Planner Room Shop. So I still get my timed day. I was using a day on 2 pages in December and found them really, really helpful, even when I wasn't doing a lot. I can always use this page to journal. I didn't even use it for journaling. I typically always found some other things that I needed to write down on this page or ran out of room on my task list and use this for that. So I have my dated schedule, time schedule for the day, room for all of my tasks and to-dos. You also get this so you can track the weather, your mood, the moon schedule, is that what it's called? I forget. And then your water. And then these are my daily tasks or tasks that I do fairly frequently throughout the week. This is an idea that I got from PeanutsPlannerCo. She actually has an insert that is broken down like this, but for whatever reason, I could not locate it on the website. All I did was send a laminating pouch through the laminator and use my label maker. And is work. So, I have this from PeanutsPlannerCo, which is part of the dated yearly bundle, I believe. And I think I am going to use this to just keep track of writing deadlines that I have, and then you can see for each quarter. I haven't broken down the specific goals of each month. These are just kind of the things that I want to accomplish this quarter. And in this section, I am using it to track my analytics even though I have another place that I'm doing that as well. Then I am using this month on one page horizontal dated to just keep track of my content. I do not always have my content planner. Look, I don't even have it in here with me now. I think I had it in my bedroom last night. But I have all of my content planned out in an A5, which is heavy and cumbersome. It can be. So if I'm just out with this, I can still keep track of the things that I need to keep track of. And I may take this section out. Once again, I have a week on one page where I can write down like the specific posts or videos or tasks or whatever need to be done for that day. I'm going to try this for January and reevaluate if I need to use this or not. And then I just have an insert like this, which is basically just a running to-do list for this portion of my life for each month. And then I also have a month on one page just like in list form so that I can write down my Instagram and like Reels, TikTok, if that still exists this year. I don't really know. Because I'm definitely trying to be more intentional about my social media and managing it and all of that stuff. So that is my work section. My next divider is my personal section. So I have a finance tracker in here. One of my goals is to become more financially literate and capable in 2025. So I have an insert that just lists all of my purchases, costs, all of that stuff. I have an online order tracker. This is a wish list tracker, which I am going to really use this year to cut down on impulse spending as well as budget planning. Specifically for my blogs and my book endeavors, those expenses can really start to add up in self-publishing because you have to finance all of it on your own. And so I want to be able to, let's say I want to run a Facebook ad for my book's release. I want to know how much that is and like the details behind it so that later in the year when I am, let's say, planning Q3, I have some actual data about costs and spending so that I can build that into my book publishing budget. So I'm going to use that for spending to talk myself out of impulse buying, and then a savings tracker. And this is more of the things that I need to buy and keeping track of how much those things cost. I would like to get a new laptop or a new tablet. I would like to get a new camera. There is editing software for writing that I would like to invest in. So this is where I'm going to track all of those things. And I just kind of wanted you to see what this bundle was before I started writing things down in it. My next section, why do I have this on finances? I don't know. My next section is books. And then I added this new list that I got the idea from watching Beverly Plans. So I have quite a few books on my Kindle, whether they are books that I've purchased or books that I have downloaded from Kindle Unlimited and I will forget about them. So I want to list those things out. I also download lots of books on Hoopla. I use my library's Hoopla is a free, if you don't know, it is a free book website. It is published in conjunction with, or published, it is made possible in conjunction with your public library system. My public library system has a really great selection available from Hoopla, and I will forget like what books I have checked out. So I want to be able to write them down and make note of when they're due. Like I have, you know, books on here that are due in like 20 days, but I also have, there are books that I need to return. Like this was a pick for my book club. This book is so bad, it's laughable, and yeah. So I need to return that because book club was over. But like this book, I only have 2 days left on it. So I need to decide, like, do I want to, have I listened to enough of it? Do I want to return it? I think next year, if no one's next year, tomorrow, if no one is waiting on it, it will say return or renew. So I can make those decisions. But I kind of forget that I have books. And then I also get advanced reader copy books from NetGalley, and if I'm getting books from NetGalley, I really need to live up to my commitment to NetGalley, which is to read and review these books for these authors. And then I just have my favorites. This is an insert that I made myself, so I can put the covers of the favorite books that I read every month. I did not do this at all last year. I don't even think I really tried to track my reading last year at all. And then I just have a list with book recommendations. These are books that aren't available on Kindle Unlimited that I need to get from the library. Tarot books that I'm interested in, more tarot and kind of witchy books, romance specific books. I have romance books that are available on Kindle. I think I have cozy mysteries that are available on Kindle. And then just like a place where I can put the covers of the books, give them a rating. This is my DNF list. I firmly believe in shelving books that aren't vibing with me. There's no, like, the book police aren't going to come and erase you. My God, that would be terrible. The book police will not come and arrest you if you don't finish books. It's fine. Life is really, truly too short to read things that are not holding your attention, because there are so many other things that you could be reading. And then these pages are just if I really like a book or have thoughts that I want to jot down about a specific book. So I have these in there. And then this section is for my tracking. I have a health tracker set up in another planner. I'm not sure that I'm going to use it or need to use it. So I set this up in my rings. We'll see how it works after a month and reevaluate. So this is a week on 2-page insert that I am using to track my meals, track when I am doing intermittent fasting. The idea is to do it every day of the week. Some days are more successful than others. A place to write down my steps, whether I am having any of these symptoms, and if I've taken medication for any of these symptoms, to track my energy level and my sleep. So that's what these pages are. And then I have these for kind of my fitness or health challenges for the month. Instead of tracking the number of days I am riding on my Peloton, I have a mileage goal. So I would like to ride 50 miles in January. I would like to do 15 ab workouts in January. So we shall see. And then these are my mental health trackers. As always, I track my anxiety. Oh, I have anxiety on here. What is the other one that I track? I have anxiety twice. I'm glad I looked at this. Huh. I don't need that there. So I track my anxiety, my depression, and my fatigue. And I am just using, instead of assigning it a number, I am just doing plus or minus. This dot is just like an average day. So I either have I'm either above average in my anxiety or below average in my anxiety. You get the idea. I also have trackers, which I'm just thinking I forgot to do this today because my husband brought me coffee in bed. But I have a steps log, which I will get that information from that weekly tracker and enter it just because I want all the numbers for 1 year in one place. I have a cycle tracker because yes, even at 51, annoyingly, it is a thing that is still happening. Workout logs, I just want to track the days that I am working out so I can see it all in one place in 1 year. And then just a health log, woke up with a cold, runny nose from allergies, and so on and so forth. I also do have sheets so that I can list they look like this. So just medical contact list. So it has all of my doctors' names, address, phone numbers, and email for them so that they're all in one place. If I need to access that information, if someone else needs to access that information for me, it's all here. Also, doctor's appointments logs, and then I have one sheet that has the prescriptions for my husband, our son, and myself that we take every day, just in case that information needs to be referenced. This next section is for my 10-year-old, so it just has the calendar for our school district. I just printed it and punched it in here so that I would know what was going on. I am also using this fold out for sick days if he takes any. He does not have a lot of sick days, but I would like to know what they are. And then I have that same medical contact list for him, health logs, and the sheets for doctor's appointment notes. And then this is my home section. So I have reoccurring monthly tasks. I am still working on this list. So these are reoccurring monthly tags, mostly for like our home, and I'll probably put like car stuff and maybe pet stuff on here. And this one is like my own personal thing. So like maintaining my hair, washing my makeup brushes, appointments with the chiropractor, that sort of thing. And then I have a monthly declutter list that I am doing on this insert as well. So in January, I really want to focus on decluttering our bedrooms, the kitchen cabinets, and our pantry. I know in February, I want to do the living room, and in March, I want to do my office. And I am going back, I think, to monthly meal planning. So what I plan on doing is checking out a new, or at least one new cookbook every month. And I think part of the reason that I am feeling kind of about meal planning is that I'm just so bored with everything right now. So I'd like to add some new recipes to what we're eating. And so I want to get at least one new cookbook from the library. If it's something that we end up loving, then we can go ahead and buy it. Cookbooks are an investment, and to me, they're not worth it if I only like 1 or 2 recipes out of like a $30 or $40 cookbook. So always try them out from the library first and then move accordingly. So that's where I want to log that information, and then I am using that same Planner Room Shop inserts to write down meals for the month so that I can do this in one go. This is taking me more than one go because I do not I have not picked up the cookbooks that I have on hold yet from the library, and I wanted to leave some room to write some things that I loved right off the bat and wanted to try in here. So the recipes for the month go on this insert, and then I have just note paper plugged in between the months so that I can make the grocery list weekly. So I am a slacker. The easier I make things for myself to do, the better luck I will have in doing them. So the fact that I don't have to look for paper to write down a grocery list makes it easier for me to sit down and actually write down a grocery list. So I have paper in there for that. And then recipes to try if they're from Pinterest, from TikTok, from blogs, whatever. I'm just going to write down the name of the recipe and where it's from so that I don't have to keep a million tabs open on my phone or fill up my screenshots with random things. And then these are the rest of the months. So that is my current setup. I have some of my lesser used cards in here, some stickers that I'm trying to get rid of, and some sticky notes in the back. I have my eyeglasses prescription, and that is about it. So I'm keeping things very simple to start the year off, just to see if it is functioning the way that I really want it to. So thank you for spending some of your day with me. I hope you found something useful in this video. If you like this video and want to see more from me, please subscribe, turn on your notifications, do all of the YouTube-y things, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!